Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharyaji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to the Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to the 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Srimad Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted in the various groups and YouTube subsequently. Our topic on creation continues, and on Thursday I started a topic which, if read and understood coherently, will add value to human life on this planet Earth. The created is currently currently in a state of confusion, and this confusion is bringing hostility and animosity within the different sectors of the human society. It has become so despicable that we have to now take this behavior only fixing the symptom. In order for these various human sectors to heal, we need to confront the cause itself. And as I've explained in the previous discourse, this is going to be a momentous task, but somebody has to set the ball rolling. And I'm just going to give you a few vivid understandings of what I am stating currently. At this moment in Bharat, which is India, and if you are privy to the news, then you will note opportunists and media opportunists in India to get the rating high. They are fueling caste violence. Currently in India, this division of caste is being perpetuated for profiteering and TRP ratings. Similarly, when you come out of the Bharat situation, then there is another type of caste, and that type of caste is called religion. And at this point in time, each religion wants to be superior than the next religion. And in this, within this understanding, there is chaos, animosity, violence, hatred that is permeating this universe, because the religious leaders, the various religious leaders, do not want to sit at one table. They do not want to show their followers that each religion is equal to the next. There are some religions that are enforcing themselves onto other religions, and this has been happening since time immemorial. So we need to discourse this sensitive issue, and we need to go back to basics. That's where the cause is. Constitutions of countries will only remedy the symptom. Constitutions of countries, country laws and country bylaws in relation to the various religions that exist on this planet will only rectify the system or the symptom. We have to unearth painstakingly the absolute truth of how and why we have landed here. And it is very, very simple. It's nothing hard. Paddy Bhai, if I were to ask you whose cooking is the best, no. If I were to ask you whose cooking is the best,
okay, honestly, I'll say my cooking is the best.
you will say Venita Venita, right? You can't lie, you're in a satsang. Okay? Even in your heart, if you know your cooking is the best, publicly if you state yours is the best, on your way home you might not survive. Isn't? Raj Bhai, whose cooking is the best?
My wife's.
Raj Bhai, whose cooking is the best? Say it loudly. Why? First time you said something good about your wife's cooking. You had to come in ashram and say, Raj Bhai, I'm only joking. Or am I? You understand? Nana, don't smile, your wife is not here. She will be here one day, Nana, and I'll ask this question. Okay? So, Benita Beni, whose children are the best? You will say yours. Raj Bhai, whose children are the best? Nilendri, whose child is the best? Although she has been disgraced in every satsang, but whose child is the best? Yours. So this is human, is it not? So initially, you look around you. First you say, I am the best. Who's the best? I am the best. Then your closest to you is the best, isn't? And in every aspect, every family will say, my family is the best. We say this spontaneously. I asked 3 people whose cooking is the best. 3 people gave their wives. Alright? Have you, Paddy Bhai, done a research and have you experimented with these other 2 wives when you said this? How you said it? Spontaneously, because you used your emotion to the proximity of your wife. Because you are attached to your wife, then you used your emotion that you experience in this attachment. And you said your wife's cooking is the best. So which religion you belong in, Pariva? So which religion is the best?
I would say my religion is the best.
What research have you done?
I have done no research.
So again, because of the proximity of your experience within your religion, you stated it is the best. Mary, which religion is the best? None. Okay, Mary said none, because she's on the hot spot here. But she just came from church. She just landed here from church. If the pastor asked her this question, Mary, what you would have said?
I'll tell him the same thing.
All right. So wherever and in whatever situation you are attached, then you will spontaneously be emotional to your attachment. All right. We have Tivashni here, and we have Rosh Bhai's son there. All right. If I give Tivashni a tight smack, who will feel a greater pain? Tivashni's mother or Rosh Bhai? I'll stand both the children here and I give Tivashni a tight smack. Why not Rosh?
Attachment is attachment.
Why not Rosh Bhai? But I kept both of them here, I smacked one.
He's not attached to it.
It was not his child. There's no proximity. There's no attachment. It means nothing. Rosh Bhai in his mind said, well, Acharya, so many times you spoke about this Tivashni in the satsang, and I'm new here. Why you don't smack on the other side? Are you understanding? So when it comes to cooking, Rosh Bhai, so many times your wife burned the food, but still you'll say your wife's cooking is this?
I only said it in fear.
Okay. Sita, Guru need to talk about cooking.
Not that.
Sita loves her own cooking, alright? One day she put 1 ton of salt in my bhaji.
I'm washing it.
Alright? 1 ton of salt. And she does all this when Mataji is in hospital. There's long spaces in between where the Guru had his last meal. And the Guru is hungry in between this long space. And he takes a mouthful of salt, disguised as herbs. And 2 days later, she gives me tea outside. Again, after a long space, I got tea. And I take a gulp of tea, full of salt. The tea went out faster from my mouth than it went in. Okay? Then I thought whether some opposition has paid Sita to slowly get rid of the Guru. Because in all the major religions, there is one common factor: the divine and the demonic. Isn't all religions have this common factor, divine and demonic? Generally, devotees give you, the Guru, tasty things to eat. Like Paddy Bhai came last week, in between he left a container of nuts and he left. So when Sita did this in a row, my policeman investigative intellect came in to play. And I wanted to do a thorough investigation to see whether my life was in danger. Then I appointed Mataji to guard Sita. If she's making tea, I told Mataji, make sure you are looking. There's tea bag, there's water, there's milk, and there's sugar, and no other foreign substances. When she's giving my food, I told Dana, watch. There's always a few people watching Sita. Sita, have you noticed? Guru need to preserve his life. And who's the best decoy than you, Sita? To infiltrate this organization and kill the Guru. Who will suspect you?
Nobody.
You understand? The Guru's detective illusion came in. This is an illusion. And this illusion is causing animosity in this planet Earth. And this is why, from the outset, I've been highly disciplined in my discoursing, in my programming, and with those that want to be part of this institution. I've stated on every occasion that this preaching does not belong to a religion. My preaching does not belong in a particular religion. I've stated painstakingly that Sanatana Dharma is a science. And I went further and I stated that the Supreme Lord is the source of all sciences. And I said that the absolute science can be found in Sanatana Dharma. And Sanatana Dharma does not mean Hinduism. Hindu is a geographical term for those across the river Sindhu. It has no relevance. Somebody looking from this end across the river and that end, they said those people living there are called Hindus because they couldn't pronounce the S for river Sindhu. Those that live in Sanatana Dharma and those that practice Sanatana Dharma belong to the Varna Ashramas. The Varna Ashramas. What are the Varna Ashramas? Sita, you was about to get a degree when I removed you from one of the institutions. This is the fundamentals of Sanatana Dharma, Varna Ashramas. There are 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. look for a Chetan, you, and tell me, go on use your bytes, your data, alright? And explain, tell me when you're ready for Varna ashramas. So this is the identity of those who follow the scriptures called Sanatan Dharma, or the scriptures that form the source of Sanatan Dharma. And we need to clear and clarify this. Clear and clarify that Sanatan Dharma is not a religion. Although, what is the purpose of religion? Let's start from basics. What is the purpose of a religion? And what is the fundamentals of a religion? Why you think religion was formed? Benita? For high moral values and a righteous living within a particular society at a particular place in a particular time. Righteous living, morality, honesty, truthfulness, these are all ingredients that make a religion. Are these not ingredients of a religion? Then we associate all the good qualities to a higher being. We say, if you are truthful, you will be rewarded by a higher being. If you are honest, you will be rewarded by a higher being. If you are clean, if you perform austerities, if you perform penances, you will be rewarded by a higher being. What does this create in you? This morality, what does it create within you? Remember, this entire creation is vibrating on energy. Everything is energy in different frequencies. This body is energy. This hall is energy. Everything is energy in different frequencies. Different frequencies given different dimensions. But it is energy. Then we have two types of energy. Positive energy and negative energy. So when we start imbibing good moral qualities, we want to associate these moral qualities with a positive energy, don't we? Because if everything is energy, then when we want to associate with the positive, that positive also has to be an energy, isn't it? So we imbibe positive values, hoping to associate with the source of this positive energy. And we call him God. We call him God. But then we qualify from a different sector. We qualify from a different sector of the community, trying to proclaim ownership of the same positive energy. We're coming from different cultural backgrounds, different traditional backgrounds, different race backgrounds, different geographical backgrounds, because this planet Earth is spread far and wide. Then, in our understanding within the parameters of our particular segment that we come from, we are saying, like Paddy Bhai said, his wife's cooking is better than any other wives. We are saying, because we are attached to this religion, this set of moral, righteous values, and because we believe that we have evolved to this state by being attached to this set of principles personified as God, from the direction that we came in, and only measuring our own evolution, we believe we have evolved higher than the next because of the attachment to our evolution. And this is why we are saying, my God is better than your God, or only my God exists in this universe. And if you do not believe in my God, then you are a non-believer. Then you are a non-believer. So let us understand this scientifically. Let us understand what I have stated scientifically. Let us look at the different continents. And let us look at science of these continents. So, in Asia, which is a continent, from that continent we have Asians, isn't it? In Africa, we have Africans. America, we have red Indians. That term Americans, every other race and population and color and creed. But the original inhabitants of America were red Indians. Africa, in South Africa, the original, going back in history, were Hottentots. You understand? Now look at all these different humans in different continents. I want you to picture all these different humans in different continents. In proximity of the equator, of the sun, and various geographical elements, we look different. And our colors and pigmentation is different. Is it not? Now, if we skin different humans from the different continents, are we? That hard cooking chicken, when you skin it, Would you say what color feathers it had? Whether it was a tuck Zulu chicken, whether it had white feathers, brown feathers? Will you be able to identify from which grouping this chicken that you skinned? What? You're the expert in eating this chicken. Alright, this is one experiment which we can have conclusive evidence, because you are there, Bobby is the cook, and you are the eater of the chicken. Okay? Are you understanding? So when you skin all the human, Bobby, like how you skin the chicken, will you be able to firstly identify from which race this body came from? If you take all the hearts out, will you be able to say which religion this heart belonged to? If you take the lungs or the intestines, can you identify any of your biological part through a particular religion? If you take all the hearts, will you say there is only one creator of all these hearts? Because all these hearts is identical. Are you understanding? All the lungs are identical, so there has to be one creator. Teeth, if you take all the teeth of people from different religions, mix them up in a bowl, can you show me a Christian tooth, or a Muslim tooth, or a Hindu tooth, or a Jewish tooth? So you will say that teeth in everyone's body is created by that one creator, isn't it? Why? When you churn out Mercedes-Benz, you can identify the Mercedes-Benz? Can you identify the BMW? Because it is stamped Mercedes-Benz. You'll open Mercedes parts, you take out the starter from the Mercedes, you'll know this Bosch starter only fits in a Mercedes. And you can identify its manufacturer. So after skinning all the human beings, and even if you go further, you take out all the blood, can you say this blood belonged to a Christian, this blood belonged to a Hindu, this blood belonged to an African, this blood belonged to an Indian? Can you get these variations? Can you get your race variation in your body parts after skinning? So there is no rubber stamp, which means that there is only one creator with no competition. One creator with no competition. So if we had a Hindu God, and a Muslim God, and a Christian God, you would have found on the heart a Om sign, a cross, and an Arabic sign, wouldn't you? Because different gods will create different humans. Like different motor vehicle manufacturers create their own unique motor vehicles. Then don't you think these 3 or 4 gods would have created their own followers? Logical, I'm talking about science. This is scientific. Skinning you is scientific. Bhabhi, when you go and skin the chicken today, it is scientific. It's not eating rotten meat. But we'll come to the rotten meat, I said in Navratri, but this topic might just shift it. But I want a basic understanding that after you skin yourself, only the outer skin is different. But even if you take a portion of that skin, you might state where it came from, but there is no religious ownership on any skin. There is no religious ownership on any skin. It might identify you to a race, but it won't identify you to a particular God. It won't identify you to a particular God. Are you understanding the basics? And can you see the stupidity of people trying to claim which religion is superior? Can you see the futility in wasting energy? Can you see the futility in wasting energy? And this understanding I'm giving you is material understanding. I have not gone spiritual yet. I'm giving you material science explanation. I'm giving you material science explanation to show you the futility in trying to impose a religion upon another religion. This can be done in labs, with scientists. You don't need a guru. You just need common sense. You don't need a guru to give you this understanding that I've given you. You need a guru? All of you understand? You need common? You don't need a guru, you don't need a Molana, you don't need a pastor, you don't need a rabbi to explain to you this which you experience every day. All of you understand it? Because if there was a superior religion, then it is impossible for God to make a mistake. Does any religion believe God made a mistake? God is absolute. And if there was an absolute religion, then God would have rubber stamped it, because all his religion have symbols. Any religion without a symbol? Don't you think if God belonged to one of these symbols, he would have put it on your forehead, verse 5? Don't you think? So people would have been born with crosses, with Om signs on the forehead, with the Kaaba or some Islamic insignia. Don't you think? Anyone? I'm asking a logical, scientific question. Because this religious fight is amongst whom? Humans, not animals. A cat from a Muslim family, a cat from a Christian family, male cat, female cat, those kittens, they don't worry which religion they are being fed in. Do they? You ever saw two cats fighting each other? You ever saw custody battles, religious battles between animals? You understand? It's not a joke. Because I want you to open your intellect and think. It is only the human factor that is involved in religion, isn't it? Look around you. Look around everything. Everything is perfect. Is it not? So your Creator cannot be imperfect. And if he wanted you to have a religious status, to claim to be more superior than another religion, what do you think he would have done? He would have stamped you. If God can create the respiratory system, the endocrine system, what other systems you know? Endocritic system, any other system? Digestive system. Do you know how complex those systems are? Do you know that when you take a bite, a morsel of food, and when it falls into your intestine, then there are small organs, if I can call them organs, called villi, V-I-L-L-I, that moves your food along the track of your intestine. Do you know when you take a breath in, it splits into 10 dimensions? One breath, it splits into 10 dimensions. How is that possible? Do you know when you breathe in oxygen. When you breathe out carbon dioxide. At which point of your breathing does the conversion take place? How complex you think it is? If God can create all these complexities, you think He can't stamp a religious symbol on your forehead? All of you? So what is the Creator trying to say when He created all human parts the same, besides the skin, for geographical reasons, where you are living? What you think God is trying to say? We are one. We are one. And that is Sanatan Dharam. Sanatan means eternal. Dharma means way of life, or it can mean duty. If we all have an eternal duty, what would that eternal duty be? To serve the Almighty. And don't you think this is encompassed in every religion? Serve the Almighty. Sanatan, eternal, dharma, duty. Don't you think it is scientific? Don't you think it is absolute science to state that our eternal position in life is to serve the Lord? Because ultimately that's where we are all headed. By trying to serve yourself, your family, and your family's needs and your own needs, God slowly reveals Himself through these desires that you have. And as He reveals Himself, we start detaching from that we thought was most important. And we start attaching to the Supreme Lord, because that is our constitutional position. Constitutional position. All of you understand? So if there is oneness, and this oneness is created by the Supreme Person, and we have our own languages. We have our own languages, then how must an Arabic call God? What is the name of God in Arabic? Allah. What Allah means? What is the name of God in English? And what is the name of God in Sanskrit? What is the name of God in Sanskrit? Who's Bhagwan is Hindi. Sanskrit. Brahman. Brahman. The name of the Lord in Sanskrit is Brahman. And to read further in and understand who is identified as Brahman, all the Vedas declare that Narayan is declared as Brahman. So the creator, God, in Sanatana Dharma is Narayan. And what does Narayan mean? Source and goal of all living entities. Does Christianity believe that God is the source and goal of all living entities? Mary?
Yes.
You believe that in the Bible? Yes. No Muslims here today. The Quran states that Allah is the source and goal of all living entities. Yes. Because the Bible is founded on the Quran is founded on partly the Bible. Alright? So what are you learning from this discourse? That without any real qualification, like how Paddy Bhai said his wife's cooking is the best. How many wives are in this world? I'm being serious. How many wives are in this world? Paddy Bhai had to eat and taste every wife's cooking to come to a decision that Vanita's Baini's cooking is the best. That is scientific. Is it not? And for you to state that your religion is the best, then you would have had to experience all the other religions. Experienced. If you're a Christian and you're saying Christianity is the best, then you have to experience Sanatana Dharma, you have to experience Judaism, you have to experience Buddhism, you have to experience Islam, you have to experience Sikhism, you have to experience all the other religions and come up with a concrete, evidential declaration that after experiencing all these religions, I found Christianity to be the best. And that goes for Hinduism, and that goes for Islam, and that goes for Sikhism, and that goes for all other existing religions in this world. Don't you think? On what ground can you say my religion is better than the next religion? Because even if your scripture tells you that, you have to experience it. You have to experience it to qualify it. And this is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma asks you, do not accept anything without questioning, experiencing, and understanding it. That is what Sanatana Dharma states, that you must experience every facet of the scriptures. You must experience every facet of the scriptures. And this is one reason why nobody in Sanatana Dharma converts anyone else. Because there's no reason to convert anyone into Sanatana Dharma. You can experience Sanatana Dharma wherever you are. Like how you breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, just like that, you breathe in Sanatana Dharma and you breathe out Sanatana Dharma. All of you understand? Because Sanatana Dharma is not a religion. Sanatana Dharma is a science. Sanatana Dharma is not gross science. Sanatana Dharma is subtle spiritual science. All of you understand? Now, I made a lot of statements today. If you belong in the negative domain, then you would want to attack these statements. But if you belong in the positive domain, it will give you bliss. And when you look at another race, and when you look at another religion, and if you skin that person mentally, alright, if you all want experience, go to Bhavi. Alright? But if you want to skin, if you are having problem with a person from another religion, or if you are having problems with a person from another race, or another culture, or another creed, mentally skin that person and mentally skin yourself. Keep yourself mentally skinned all the time. Because if you keep yourself mentally skinned all the time, and whoever you encounter any problems with, skin that person, and you'll see there's no difference between you and that person. And that problem, that animosity, that negativeness that's been caused, that fighting, that killing, that hatred, when you say my religion is better than your religion, then what energy starts growing within you? Negative through the tree called hatred. Through the tree called hatred. Then you start hating a concept called religion. And anyone associated with that concept called religion, you transform your hatred to. Do you understand how futile and stupid this entire exercise is scientifically? Because that hatred that you're growing for a religion and people belonging to the religion, who is getting harmed? You. Because the seed of hatred grows in your mind. It takes its growth in your mind. Rojbhai, no matter how much you hate the Guru for bringing out your chicken stories, alright, that hatred will only grow in you. That tree of hatred won't grow in the Guru. Because it is planted in your field. It's planted in your mind. If you envy someone, where it is planted, in whom? When you are jealous of someone, who pays the negative, who burns with jealousy? Not the person you jealous of. Alright? So years ago, when it was almost impossible, I had a taxi, minibus, taxi. And we should always put sayings on the minibus, taxis, alright? So I liked my things prim, proper, straight line, so I had the cleanest, best, most beautiful taxi. There were a lot of people that were not too happy. So I put a saying on my bumper, let's face it, you burning. Let's face it, you burning. And coincidentally, that taxi should go in front of these people that were really Most of the people that burn Rojpai don't come from far. They are close in the family, very near you. That starts burning. Alright? Are there any questions, Paddy Bhai? You want to clarify? Vinita, Bhabhi?
Today morning's Hindwani's topic was today that Lord Narayan was the creator of the whole universe. This morning we were listening.
Okay, so you are happy
Yes.
what the Guru said.
Was
Now-
just the same topic as Hindwani's.
You think Guru copied Hindwani? So you can say Allah is also the creator, because in Arabic, Allah is God, Lord. Alright? And you can say Christians have a few denominations within them. You can say Jehovah is God. Jehovah means God translated to English. Or you can say the Holy Father is God. Or you can say Christ is God or the Son of God. Does it matter? These are semantics. These are words. Does it matter? Does it matter? It means absolutely nothing. Only those of the lowest mentality, of the vilest mentality, will want to differentiate and cause divisions. What type of heart causes divisions? A positive heart or a negative heart?
Negative.
A
Negative.
negative heart. A positive heart will bring everyone together. Isn't? So, as I said, this is a sensitive topic. It is also scientific. It is also the absolute truth, because we are going to stand by whatever we say. Alright? And it will take a few hundred discourses for me to finish what I am saying properly, so that not one finger can be pointed to this institution for providing this discourse. And when we finish this discourse, must have brought all the hearts together, because all the hearts are one. You cannot see religion in your heart. And this is why on my birthday, on the banner, I asked Jessica to put, respect all. Worship your own. Respect all. Worship your own. Because if you have disrespect, for any other religion, what energy is disrespect? What energy is your own religion? Positive energy. Your God is positive. I'm being scientific. Right? So if you disrespect another religion, you are in a negative vibration. Can you respect your own? Because what happens with positive and negative? Gets cancelled. Gets cancelled. Is this scientific? You understand? So if you hate, if you despise, because if you say my religion is superior, then by default what you are saying? All other religions are inferior, aren't you? You can either state all other religions are inferior, or you can state my religion is superior. The minute you say my religion is superior, what energy you have created within yourself? Or when you say all other religions is inferior, what energy you have created in yourself? Negative. Do you understand? So if you love all the religion and if you worship your own, then you will become spiritual. Spiritual. Otherwise you will remain material. You will remain material because you take in material dimensions to become sectarian. You are taking material dimensions to become sectarian. Because all religion should lead you to spirituality. And Sanatana Dharma is spirituality. Sanatana Dharma is spirituality. Or another word for Sanatana Dharma, your eternal duty is spirituality. Your eternal duty is spirituality. All of you understand? It might be complex to put this in an hour. This is a huge topic, and I want to unpack it with common sense. I want to unpack it so that you can experience this discourse. I want you to experience this discourse, because only when you experience, then it can become evident and evidentially true. All of you understand? If you cannot experience my discourse, then it would have no real tangible meaning to you. And this is why I asked you to skin yourself, so that you see the same lungs, same heart. You are experiencing in your vision oneness, aren't you? All of you? So this is the duty of gurus in the Sri Sampradaya, to bring people together. And the foremost guru that brought society together, religion together, different sectors together in this Kali is Lord Sri Ramanuj. And this is why in Hyderabad we are building the statue of equality. Lord Sri Ramanuj's statue of equality is about completion in Hyderabad, and I had the opportunity of singing the Lord Sri Ramanuj mantra. I don't know if anybody sang it before. When I went around this huge statue of equality. And I also had the opportunity of taking a chisel and doing some small sculpture for photograph, but also I hit a few strokes, so it will be embedded in this ashram in Hyderabad. And if you will, WILL, then I will make sure that each one of you seated here today have the opportunity to experience what I experienced at Lord Sri Ramanuj's statue of equality. And if you belong in the Sri Sampradaya, then this is what the Sri Sampradaya is bringing to the world. Oneness. Oneness. If anything is divisive, it is negative. And if anything is cohesive, it is positive. All of you understand? Every one of you understand? So I'm going to read a verse from the Taittiriya Upanishad. I'm going to read it slowly for the transcribers. It's in chapter 1, And the verse states, what now follows is the observation on learning. I'll repeat. What now follows is the observation on learning. Full stop. The teacher is the prior form, comma. The pupil is the posterior form, comma. Learning is the junction. And imparting of instructions is the means of joining. This is how one should meditate upon learning. I'm going to read it again. What now follows is the observation on learning, full stop. The teacher is the prior form, comma. The pupil is the posterior form, comma. Learning is the junction. So far what that means? Prior form means first form, before. Pupil is the posterior form, means the next form, the second form. Learning is the junction, means learning knowledge brings the two together, comma, and the imparting of instructions is the means of joining. Means of joining. So let's understand this. The teacher, the guru, bona fide spiritual master is the first form. The disciple is the next form. The learning brings these two together, and imparting of instruction joins the two together. Is this not scientific? Is this not scientific? All right. So, is this not absolute science? Anything stated in the Upanishad is spiritual science. Anything from the Upanishad will always be spiritual science. The Upanishads are therefore spiritual science. So is this not spiritually and absolutely scientific? That before anything starts, you have to have a teacher. You have to have a learner. You join them through learning. When they are joined together, you join them through learning. And the instruction, the junction is learning. And the instructions join the teacher and the learner. So, once again, because we do not convert even within, each one of you have a mind of your own. If you accepted this discourse, it is your own benefit. If you did not accept this discourse, it is also your own benefit. Whatever you do with this information, it doesn't change the Guru's status quo. You understand? So you, as responsible in your own way, must know whether to use this information or disobey whatever was stated. It is totally up to you. Whatever you do won't stop the universe from continuing on its birth and death. All of you understand? But it will only affect your birth and death. If anyone takes to spiritual science, then this is their last birth and death. Jai Shriman.